Steve Gamache here with a Chef Knives to Go quick look product video on the Sakai Takayuki Ginsan Gyuto 210mm knife. And for more information on this, that I won't cover everything here, I've got the 240 big brother of this, and I kind of went on and on in that video. It got a little long-winded, but talked a lot about the features of the knife. All that applies to the 240 pretty much applies to this, except it's a longer knife with a bit longer flat spot, but it's kind of like a similar performing little brother to that knife. So with that in mind, this is composed of a core steel of Ginsan or Ginsanko G3 Silver 3. There's a variety of names for it. Stainless steel, great performing, general purpose characteristic stainless steel. Heat treat rating about 60 to 61 Rockwell. The construction is a nicely done stainless cladding and softer stainless steel over the top of that core steel. You can see the deeply cut kanji here that's really nicely done, and there's some embossed kanji on the other side, but you can see the core steel showing through on the edge, and you can also see the great grinds on this knife. You can see the convexing just showing in the reflections of this knife from here down to the edge. So really nice performing knife despite the thickness. The weight, almost 200 grams, so this is a medium weight, maybe slightly medium heavy side, 6.9 ounces for a 200 or 210, even a slightly undersized 210. As you can see, it's not quite 210, but almost a little under 8 inches at the edge. Overall length, almost 14 inches. The spine at the heel, not super thick on this coming out, but these will vary by individual knife. About 2.9 millimeters here, and then tapers down off of that, holds that, and then has a real nice distal taper with the grind kicking in to a pretty thin tip for nice performance. The height is pretty generous for an undersized 210 at almost 48 millimeters. And the handle is really nice on these. It is just a classic feeling, warm feeling, ebony handle with a buffalo horn ferrule. Great fit and finish. It's got a substantial feel to the handle. It's a little over 3 inches circumference right here at the wood ferrule junction. Same handle they put on the 240. I measured them out. So it's not a skinny handle by any means. It's got some meat to it and fits the knife well. Great fit and finish on this knife. You could use a little relief maybe on the spine. And the spine's pretty good, but the neck choil could probably use a little sandpaper if you wanted to do that. The fit and finish is sterling on this knife, as are the grinds, which makes it perform really nice despite the heft of the knife and the thickness at the spine. Here's the profile. It's just a gentle classic curve. This is not a long flat spot type knife. Very thin at the edge despite the thickness of the knife itself due to the great grinds of the knife, which makes it perform really well despite the thickness. So it's got some heft, but great performance at the same time. Here's your profile on the board. It's a real gentle curve. There's no really long flat spot. You don't really slam into a heel, but it just kind of rolls into it. So it's a knife that has it's really good for rocking. I don't say it's long flat spot for cutting is not its forte. Balance point on this is just right about there. Slightly behind a pinch grip, or pretty close due to the handle being a little bit heavier, so it's got a real nimble feel to it, and generous height for the size of knife it is, plenty of board clearance. So real nice performing knife. See the 240 video for other information, but it's just a great knife. I love my 240, and this is pretty much more of the same in a smaller package. So Sakai Takayuki Ginsan Gyuto 210mm knife.